for that. If my lashes fall while I'm talking, act like you don't see it. I'm in menopause. If I start taking my clothes off, turn the cameras off, I'll have a hot flash or 3 while I'm up here. Amen. Amen, amen, amen. I'm grateful. Yeah, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Let's pray. Father God, we thank you for this day. Master, we thank you for your grace and your mercy. God, we surrender all to you on this day. God, we thank you for every person that is gathered here today to receive a word from you, Father God. God, I ask that you will continue to empty me out of me. Fill me up with you, Father, so I can deliver exactly what you have me to deliver to your words on this day. Use me as you will, God. Let them leave change. Let me leave change. Let us leave with the mask off and keep it off, Father God. We thank you, God, that this is safe ground. We are in a safe place. Everybody is safe here. We can relax. We can let our hair down. We can take our lashes off. We can take our shoes off, God. We are naked and transparent before you on this day. We thank you. We praise you. We glorify you in Jesus' name. Amen. Jesus. If you didn't stand up during that song, do me a favor and just stand up real quick. Just stand up. And even if you did stand up, I just need y'all to stand up and shake it off. Shake it off. Whatever you might be feeling, just shake it off. Just open your mind, open your heart, open your eyes to see, hear, and feel what God has for you today. I did not want to stand up here, but I guess y'all can see me if I stand up. Just always trying to break the rules. Lord, I'm sorry. Okay, thank y'all. You can be seated. Whew. I don't even know why I have all these notes and stuff, because, anyway. I'm going to try. I'm going to try to do it the proper way, whatever that means. Let me read the scripture. It's Luke 12:2, and I read it in the Message, because God got to break stuff all the way down to me, like all the way. So the Message version says, by this time, the crowd unwildly and stepping on each other's toes, numbered into the thousands. But Jesus' primary concern was his disciples. He said to them, watch yourselves carefully so you don't get contaminated with Pharisee yeast, Pharisee phoniness. You can't keep your true self hidden forever. Before long, you'll be exposed. You can't hide behind a religious mask forever. Yeah. Sooner or later, the mask will slip and your true face will be known. You can't whisper one thing in private and preach the opposite in public. The day is coming when those whispers will be repeated all over town. That was 1-3. I really said it. I could really go home. But what, my mask broke over there. Well, it was around my neck because I had a point to prove about your mask choking out, your life and all of this stuff. But it broke, so I might be almost free. But I wanted each one of you to have one of these. My vision was everybody had them on their face, just as a symbol of the mask that you are wearing. And that was just for you to be honest with yourself. You don't have to wear it for me. But I want you to keep this. Hopefully, after today, you will see deeper into yourself. Hopefully, you will see more when you look in the mirror, more than you thought you were, more than anybody's ever told you are. I hope that you will see who God says you are. Amen? Amen. What I had to just in trying to prepare for this, first of all, I'm sorry. Thank you, Miss Sandra, for having me. I just realized this morning that I was at the very first women's conference in 2011 for Prevailing Church. And I was a speaker, and I didn't remember that. And 8 years later, God is doing a new thing. It's a new beginning. I honor you, and I thank you. Thank you for trusting me. She didn't even know who I was. She messaged me on Facebook because Shimon and Carolyn had told her about me. She said, they said I need to have you here. I said, oh.
Yep.
Okay, you on my Facebook? Okay. I guess, I guess I am who I say I am, God. I try to be. But anyway, so in dealing with this reality of wearing mini masks, I had to realize and accept that it did not just start, the mask did not just appear suddenly when I got grown. Where did the mask come from is what I asked the Holy Spirit. Show me when I put it on. Show me why I put it on. And then show me how to take it off. Amen. So I was taken back to the age of 10. I am the oldest of 6 children that I was raised with, a total of 11 with my combined parents. But I'm the oldest. So I remember by the age of 10, I was taking care of them. My mom and dad had their own mask. Amen. They had their own life that they were living. And I was responsible for me and my 5 siblings. At the age of 10, I remember taking a whole chicken and cutting it up into probably 20 pieces. I don't even know how many pieces because I didn't know what I was doing, but I just knew we all had to eat. Amen. All of us had to eat. So I remember doing that at 10. And it was probably before that, but I remember clearly 10, being responsible for all of us, making sure we ate, making sure they went to bed, so on and so forth. I remember at the age of 12, I had a best friend that lived across the street from me. Her father was a pastor. I remember spending the night over there a couple of times, and I remember somebody messing with me while I was asleep. I don't remember exactly how long after that happened that my mom asked me, had her brothers ever messed with me, and she told me just the other day because I had to ask her. It's amazing how we just put stuff out of our minds like it. You know what I mean? So I had to ask my mom, who was almost 70, who remembers when she was 5, and I can't even remember when I was 5. But anyway, I had to ask her about that situation. I said, Mom, how did that come out? And so she told me that she asked me if my friend's brothers had ever tried to bother me because she just had a funny feeling. And I replied, no, but her dad did. I didn't say anything. I don't even remember if he said don't say anything, but I remember in my mind, because he was a pastor, no one would believe me. I remember going on like it never happened. You know what I mean? God showed me that's a mask on. That was the first one that I remember. I remember at the age of 16, I started, I was working 15. I was working at McDonald's. Supposed to be 16 to work. I changed my birth certificate, or somebody changed it, I don't know who. They said I was 16 so I could work. I wanted to work. I needed to work. I needed to have my own money. I needed to take care of my siblings. I'm working at McDonald's. This old fine dude coming there from another school, the popular dude on the basketball team. I didn't think I was cute back then like I do now. So, I'm working at McDonald's. I'm on a mission. I'm working at McDonald's. This dude come there after school or whatever, and he, put his little back game on, whatever. And I'm, can I have your number? Yeah, all of that. 6 months later, I was pregnant. In a matter of 10 minutes, I lost my virginity and had a seed in my belly. Mask on. At the age of 17, I'm 8 months pregnant. Me and 3 of my siblings were put on the Greyhound bus from Sacramento, California, to arrive in Oklahoma City 2 days later. I'm 8 months pregnant with 3 kids with me. Mask on. It didn't just start yesterday. Okay? My baby is 6 months old. I'm at Emerson, going to school. Me and my little chubby yellow baby, riding on the school bus. I made sure my siblings got to school before I went to school. When Michael was 6 months old, one of my friends that went to school with me said she wanted to introduce me to her brother-in-law. Okay. So we met at Happy Foods. He was fine too. He had a long curl, had on his Levi's. He's a football player. Drove his sister's Cadillac. You know. Yeah, okay. I got a baby though. Do you care? Do they care? Oh my God, Lord help us, Jesus. Anyway, that man became my husband. I mean, before that, let me rewind. Before that, he moved in with us. Let me not act like it was all spiritual. Before that, he moved in with me and my baby and my sister. You know, blah, blah, blah. So, mask on. Because of the first mask. Do y'all understand what's happening? Because of the first violation. Because of the first incident that planted a seed in you that lets you know that you don't know who you are. You don't know your worth. You don't know your value. The cycle continues. Amen. We our second child, my daughter Miana, that's here. Thank you for being here, baby. We were told we needed to get married. Now, did nobody say, y'all, please don't put me out this church, okay? I mean, if you have to, I understand, but I'm just, my mask is off, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. So somebody said we needed to be married since we had children and we lived together. So at 25, we got married. Who knew who they was at 25? Anybody in here? Oh, okay. 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 Right. So we're both put into a position where we're expected to automatically know how this thing works. Nobody said, so how was your childhood? You got anything you want to talk about? You got anything you need to deal with? I mean, do you know how to, nobody said that. Y'all just need to get married. Okay. So we playing house, really. We married with kids. I know how to cook. I know how to clean. I know how to do all that because I had to do it. I'm the oldest of 6. He's the youngest of 9, meaning he didn't have to do nothing. Nothing. You hear me? Didn't even work till he was 21. I lied at 15. You didn't get your first job till you was 21. But y'all need to be married. Okay, that's my husband. That didn't have his father in his house. His father died when he was 2. That's a mask that he put on. You understand what I'm saying? We are expected to be someone according to religion. I have told all 4 of my children, do not rush to get married. Don't rush to get married. I don't care if you have a baby. That's not the reason to get married. So at this time, this is loud. I gotta have this. They turned it up. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I am extra. Don't you see all this stuff I got on? I'm extra. Y'all, listen, let me tell y'all something about all this stuff I got on. Okay, I'm sorry. I just don't want it to echo. Shimon, you want to hold it? You can put that on there because I want you to sit down and listen to me.
I can hear you.
Anyway, let me tell y'all why I got all this stuff on. So I bought this skirt like 3 years ago from like this vintage person I shop with. And I couldn't fit it. Obviously, I still can't. Anyway, I kept saying, I'm going to get in that skirt. 2 months ago, okay, for the conference, I'm wearing that skirt. I'm going to not eat no bread, no sugar, no. Anyway, last night, I went to, I guess I'm wearing this skirt. I might have put on some pants under, but I'm wearing this skirt. Okay? Y'all just wear your stuff. Wear all your stuff. Just wear it. Just wear it. Don't be waiting on those. This is, every day is special. Wear all your stuff. I said tell y'all that real quick. Okay, so listen. Where was I? So we got married. But before I say that, let me say this. The people that I'm speaking about, whether it be my mom, my husband, my children, whatever, I don't blame them for anything. I don't blame anybody for anything. I realize and I accept that everybody has their own issues. Everybody have their own mess. Everybody have their own things that they are dealing with. My assignment is to make sure I use those things to get me to where I'm supposed to be. This is what has happened today. Miss Sandra didn't know in December when she asked me to speak that my car had just been repossessed. Miss Sandra didn't know that a year ago I wanted to commit suicide. Miss Sandra didn't know that less than a year ago I loaded up my car and drove to Texas and lived there for 4 months. Everything that happens to you, if you are a child of God, it is for your good. It is for your good. Amen. Amen. So I don't blame them, and I just thank God, for helping me see people beyond what they may make me feel or how they may make me feel. Because everybody has a bigger reason for being in your life. Every obstacle you come into is for a reason. And if you serve God, if you know God, if you believe in God, ask him, what am I supposed to get out of this situation? It's not, it could be a negative experience, but if all things work together for the good, and all means all, it's for your good. It's for your good. Amen. So I guess it was last year, February 1st to be exact, I remember being in the bathtub. I was taking a bath. I rarely ever take baths because I'm always so busy. I get in the shower and get out. This day I was in the bathtub. Nothing that I can remember had happened to make me upset, but all of a sudden I just had an uncontrollable, I don't know what it was, y'all. I later called it a mental makeover. So while I'm in the tub, I just feel my mind crashing like a computer would do if you wasted some water on it. It was like everything was going quickly through my mind to the point where I was overwhelmed. Now let me rewind a little bit more. I don't know. Before we got married, I began to get a relationship with God, and I was always in church because it was new to me. The Holy Spirit was new to me. The whole God experience was new to me. And I found myself, that was my safe place. I'm going to go back a little further because I skipped. Because I married an unwhole man and I was an unwhole woman, we had and still have issues. Amen. When things begin to come up in our relationship, things I would notice in him that made me feel a certain type of way, or, I would immediately go pray. I can't even count how many journals I have. I journal almost every single day. I would go pray. I would cry. I would go to church. I wouldn't say anything to him about what I felt most of the times, because what I learned while I was taking care of my siblings, I had to always be together. I had to keep it together all the time. They were watching me all the time. I'm the oldest, so I had nobody to go talk to. You know what I mean? So because of that mask, I carried it over into my marriage. So when things bothered me, I didn't say anything. Write in my journal, I would pray, go to church on the usher board with LaShawn and Sherry, and on the praise team, we told Mount Carmel up. But I found myself doing what they tell you to do, hiding in God. I literally hid in God. To the point where when I came out of his presence, nothing was wrong. I didn't address nothing. I didn't complain about nothing. I just kept on doing what I was supposed to do as a wife, as a mother. We are 32 years into this relationship. We've been married for 23. The things I dealt with in 1988 with him, I still deal with to this day with him. I've been so hidden in God, God's going to fix it. God's going to fix it. I'm praying, I'm believing, I got faith. He going to fix it. But what he going to fix if you ain't never told nobody what you needed? What he going to fix? I wasn't being honest. I wasn't being honest with me. I wasn't being honest about how I felt. I wasn't being honest about, you did this and it affected me this way. Because I've always had to just take what I've been dealt and make the best out of it. So in doing that, my children didn't know a lot of things because I'm protecting them. They don't need to know. They don't need to know. Just let's paint this picture of this perfect family. At this time, I'm on the leadership team at church. Can't nobody know we're not happy. We both serving. Can't nobody know that. I got to keep this mask on because everybody's expecting me to wear this mask. You know, my mom can only tell me what she knows. You need to hang in there, girl. If you're mad, just go in one of them other rooms. Okay. I did that. I went in the other room. I went on the couch. That's all you got for me is going in one of them other rooms. Then, not too long ago, she said, you know what? I'm glad she was supposed to come today. But anyway, she told me not too long ago, you know why I never left your daddy? I said, why, mama? Because I don't want them other women to have him. I said, mama, really? That was your reason? What? Do you know? Here, girl, you want here. And about that, because he was the popular guy at school, he had a whole bunch of friends that was girls. Huh, Leslie? You know, Leslie knows she went to school with him. So when I met him, I'm the only one, you know, with this baby, and all them other girls is basketball players, and you know, they probably had a little more going for themselves. They didn't have acne like I had. You know, I don't know. But anyway, a couple of them wanted to fight me. What is we fighting for? I never had a fight in my life. Like never. First of all, it looked like it hurt. And I can't do it. I can't do it. Don't worry about it. I can't even do it. So I never had a fight, okay? So now that this chick want to fight me over the, what? Okay, so whoever win, they get him? Like, what's the prize? You know what I'm saying? I'm not fighting you over here. You can have him. I got this baby. We got to go. I ain't got time for that, you know? So who fights over a dude? What is it? What is the prize? Do not. So I'm not fighting over him. But anyway, we got this picture painted, okay? We got this picture painted. So now we have 3 kids. And we bought a new house, a bigger house. You know, we got new cars. You know, we're doing good. We're taking family pictures every year. We all dressed alike. We cute. We met at Happy Foods. Lord Jesus, that is good. You know what I mean? It's good. So because I've always been a protector by nature, I protected my children from knowing what their parents were really dealing with. So what I did, unknowingly, is gave them my mask. I gave them my mask. Yeah, I ain't got to be honest with you. I don't have to tell you, here, baby, it's okay, don't worry. You didn't see that. You did not hear that. We wasn't arguing. We was just talking loud. So I gave them my mask. What you don't deal with, your baby's going to deal with. What you don't address and confront, your children will be faced with. And if you keep protecting them and not being honest with them, they won't know how to deal with it when it comes. They won't know how. Do y'all see the suicide rate? Do y'all see the drug usage? They don't know how to deal with it because we've protected them. We've kept it from them because, no, my baby, they don't need to know that. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. We're not blessing them by doing that. We're not helping them by doing that. So at this age, I'm as honest as I've ever been with all of my kids. I'll probably tell them more than they need to know or want to know. My daughter is a licensed social worker, and she gives me that side of it. Well, Mom, you need to, and Mom, like me, you understand. Yes, I do. You need to, okay, because you guys need help. Mom, you just need help. Yeah. But we have to be able to be honest with our children so they won't have the same struggles that we had. And if something did not work for you, hi, Becky. Oh, I love you. If, what I say? My skirt coming off? See what I'm saying? I know, right? I'm keeping it. Look, I'm keeping it out. Man, you were supposed to tell me.
I told her.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Just extra, y'all. I be trying. No, I don't. I'm lying. I don't be trying not to be extra. I ain't even gonna lie. I don't. So anyway, what was I saying? See? Just distracted. The children. You need help. We need help. Okay. Thank you, sweetie. Dismissing that, y'all. I remember one time telling my oldest son, Michael, not to do something, or so I don't even remember what I was telling him. Whatever it was that I told him, he said, "But Mom, you did it, and you're just fine." They only see what we show them. That they don't know we made 5 arrangements on the electric bill, so they wouldn't be in the dark. They only see what we show them. They don't know we didn't pay something so they can have some shoes. You know what I mean? They don't know that I was finna go upside your daddy's head with this bottle. Because, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. But anyway, they only see what we show them. So we have to be honest. Oh, this is what I was going to say. If something is not working for you, why would you put that onto your kids? Like if that thing didn't work for you, why would you say to them to do that same thing when it didn't work for you? But usually we pass on what we've been taught instead of passing on what we've learned. We got to pass on what we've learned. Not just what somebody said, but what did you live through? What worked for you? Even though it may not work for them, be honest enough with them to say, okay, just be honest. You know what I mean? I can't hide the fact that I had a baby at 17. All y'all got to do is do the math. So I'm going to act like we was married and had all these kids. Y'all quit. Just quit. So one thing that I guess my parents in their struggles is I guess they knew we'd be all right. And still to this day, they won't actually say a whole bunch about the things we ask them about. They just want us to just blow it off and don't worry about it. We all right. You know what I mean? So we've kind of lived like that, like it's nothing. Not really sweeping it under the rug, but we know what it is, and that's what it is. So, back to this bathtub in February. I was in a bathtub in February, and I felt myself having just a real emotional moment. I remember noticing to my left was a razor that I would have to shave with, and I heard a voice say, just go ahead, just go on and use that razor. Like, this is too much. You don't even need to be here no more. Just go on and get the razor. And then I remember looking into the water and thinking, all I gotta do is just lay in this water and go under the water. You know, I don't have to get out of the tub. Like, I really don't have to. But nothing was happening at that moment. Nothing happened before that. Like, we didn't just have an argument or anything like that. What happened was I was in mask overload. I was in overload. Like, my circuit was shot. Like, I could not take no more. I could not hide in God and ignore what I felt anymore at that moment. There was my breaking point. I took my wedding ring off because I felt like I was only wearing it so everybody would think we were okay. I have not put it back on since. That don't mean I ain't married. That's just something I'm choosing not to wear at this time. I'm still married. We're still struggling. So after that happened, I remember getting enough strength to get out the tub. I sent my sister's Tay and OD a video message, just in panic mode, saying, I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. That's all I remember saying. They both called me. I think I don't even remember what happened. I just remember driving myself to Mercy. And when I sat in the parking lot, I said, what, are they going to keep me? I don't want to stay here. I just want somebody to help me because I can't take it anymore. And I think by that time, OD had called my son Michael, and he was calling me. So anyway, he came and met me, and we went back home. And I was just telling him, you know, as my oldest child, he's grown up with me. You know what I mean? He's still growing up. You know what I mean? But it was so much that I tried to keep from him because there was so much that was kept from me. It was so much that I was just figuring out on my own. So I didn't want to put that on him. But now I'm seeing in all of my children, I'm seeing in all of them those things that I didn't deal with. It doesn't stop, y'all. If you don't deal with it, it does not just go away. And as good as God is, you can't pray it away. You can't just pray it away. He trusts you through prayer, through him, through his word, to be real with yourself, to be real with your children, to get to the bottom of the issues. But I hid in him so long, I ignored the things that I was being dealt. It wasn't until my daughter left for college that it just came, everything just came real. You know, you see people that's married for 50 years and then when the kids grown, they divorce. I get it. I get it. You don't have any more buffers. You don't have anything else keeping you from dealing with each other. So because I didn't deal with those things, I just prayed about it. I was putting in the journal. I'm all right. And God kept me. God has He has kept me through it all, okay? I'm not even saying like he didn't, because if I didn't have that journal, if I wasn't hidden in him, I would have been gone. I know I would have been gone. Amen? So, after that happened in the tub, I got out, and like a week later, I decided that I was leaving. I loaded up my car. Felt like I had to take every pair of shoes. I'm trying to take everything. I want my bike. I want my, get in. And I went to Texas, and I stayed with my sister and her husband. Now, we stay in a pretty big house. It seems super big now. There's no kids are there, but it's like 3,000 square feet. So I left the picture, and I went to Texas and stayed with my sister and her family. And so my new house, it was probably 300 square feet because I was confined to a room. So me and my storage bins was in my nephew's blue room. You know, you 47 and you living in your nephew's blue room, with your storage bins. Mm-hmm. And during that time, I stayed for about 3 months, maybe 4. During that time, I allowed God to heal me. I allowed my sister and her husband to pour into me. I wasn't working, so that mask of pride had to fall on the floor because they had to take care of me. My friends took care of me. My family took care of me. And I allowed them to. I mean, I really didn't have a choice. I couldn't work. my license was in Oklahoma, not in Texas. And they take 6 years to get your license. So I really had to come back home. I started coming back home on the weekends just to work, just so I can have something, just so I can pay my car payment. So last year was a really life-changing year for me. I struggled the whole year to pay my car payment, which is why they finally came and got it in December. I was like, okay, y'all can have it. But I literally struggled to keep it. I struggled to keep it. Anything you have to fight to keep. Anything you have to fight to keep. Do that even make sense? See, I ain't never had a fight, so I ain't never had a fight. Do that make sense to y'all? Anything you gotta fight to keep, like struggle to keep, y'all, like I was paying like $20 on my car payment because it was all I had. So whatever somebody gave me, I was fighting to hold on to a freaking car. Are you serious? So anything that you have to fight to keep is in the way of your next. It's in the way of what's coming next. You know what I mean? If you're fighting to keep this relationship, if you're fighting to paint this perfect picture, if you're fighting to fighting, y'all, fight only lasts 12 rounds. What is you waiting on? It only lasts 12 rounds. How many? You don't even have no more in you, but you fighting it with everything in me. I need this. What are we holding on to? What? So when I seen that I was about to lose my whole entire mind and life behind somebody else's picture that don't even know me, I was okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm going to say what I need to say. I don't care whose feelings it hurt. I love you though. So I stayed there 4 months. I didn't like the way I left once my spirit man got back in control. So I came back and said, if I'm going to leave, I need to leave the right way, whatever that means. So I came back to try. A year later to the date, my husband and I were arguing. And I remember feeling like I really just don't even want to be here no more. Not here in this house, but here in this life. If it's this hard to stay married and I can't get out because of what people said or God said or who said it? God didn't say it. Who said it? So if I can't get out of this with the way I see it's doing, then I would rather not be here no more. During that situation, I promise y'all, I was gasping for breath like I couldn't breathe. I just remember trying to catch my breath. While I'm trying to catch my breath, the Holy Spirit said, don't lose what you found while looking for what you lost. And he kept saying it until I calmed down. He kept saying it until I caught my breath. Don't lose what you found. So what I found when I left last year, y'all, was a new sense of peace, a new sense of self-worth, a new relationship with God, a new realization of who I am, what I deserve, what I can accept, what I don't have to accept. So the loss, the thing that I came back to find what I lost, because we had this, you know what I mean? Even if it was just a picture, we had it. We had our babies, we had it. They grown now. They gone. They all pay their own bills, living their own life. I got grandkids. Who am I trying to prove something to? Who do I have to prove something to? They can see. It's no longer about me protecting them. They have, you know what I mean? So it's about Shauna. I've never had the opportunity to be selfish. I didn't even get a chance to be, I never even had the chance to be selfish. I never had the chance to make it all about me. You know what I mean? But if I'm his, I'm made in his image, I serve him, I am who I am. That does not mean he's a bad person. That does not mean we did not have a wonderful life. It don't mean none of that. God uses what he needs to use to get you to where he needs you to be. I'm here today because of last year. I'm here today because of last year. I didn't go through none of that but just for me. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't go through none of that just for Shauna. And I didn't go through it to keep it to myself. So know that your mask did not start just when you got grown. It's seeds. It's seeds planted. When we don't feel safe, we put the mask on. We protect. No, I can't show them that. No, they ain't gonna. If I let them see that, they're not gonna like me. They ain't gonna ask me back to their church. They ain't gonna let me do their hair if they knew the truth. Because it's this picture. I didn't want my babies at my funeral wondering, but I thought they was fine. Yeah. And quit putting people. See, Jesus. Stop putting people. Y'all, we're human. We are human. Everybody has their own story. Everybody is living their own testimony. Do you understand the pressure we put on people by not letting them be free? We do that. We put that. Well, I can't believe he did that. What did you just do? Don't do that. I can't believe they look so happy. Of course they did. So do you. What is the truth? I'm not saying show everybody everything, but quit painting this picture of this life that's really not your life, so that when you fall, you ain't taking people with you because they look up to you and then think you had no. Several people was looking forward to this day more than me, because I just knew that God was going to make me be transparent. And if you're going to take it off, take it off. And if you really want to take it off, you got to know where it came from. My baby Tanya back there, she said, you need to say what you got to say so people knows that they're not the only ones going through stuff. My daughter, Miana, she's been speaking into me for 2 weeks. Mommy, you got this. It's what you do every day. You were born for this. She's so encouraging. She's my mini me. I'm so proud of her. So thank you for everybody that poured into me through prayer. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you.
I know I had a whole bunch to say, and I got a whole bunch more to say, but I guess I'll say for another conference or something. I don't know. Write a book or, whatever I need to do. But I want to encourage you to look at yourself every day. Look past what you see. Look for what you want to see. Know who you are. Know your worth. Honor yourself. Value yourself. You are important. You are worthy. You are God's daughter. We don't have to accept less than his best in the name of nothing. In the name of... He's God. Do y'all understand how big God is? When I understood how big God really is, I'm like, can't nobody tell me that he don't want the best for me. Can't nobody tell me that I have to stay in a situation where I'm unhappy just to not, in the name of religion and church and... What? Really? Okay, because when the church building fall, then where you gonna go? You got to be able to be real with yourself by yourself. So dig deep. It's painful. It's very painful when you have to face you. It's painful when you don't have nobody else to blame. Who you gonna blame? Like I said, I don't blame nobody. All I can do is manage how I let people affect me. If this is how you're going to be, okay, then I got to change how it affect me. Because I can't change you. So deal with you. Deal with you. Find your strength. Find your worth. Find your value. And walk in it unapologetically. Amen.